Well, hello. Here I am. Going forward, going to be known as the North Star Traveler. So the story is, today is January 6th, year 2020. And I am in the North Star, which I have built out over the past year into a camper traveling van. And I've also incorporated a motorcycle hitch carrier in the back, which I'm nervously watching as this is my maiden trip. So, looking out the side mirror, and it seems to be stable. I'm on the highway going at about 70 miles an hour, 35 south, just outside of Northfield, Minnesota. Kind of nervous because this is a long trip for me. My plan is to make it to Kansas City, which is about a 7-hour ride, stay with my cousin. The next day, make it to Oklahoma, Texas, then to New Mexico, then on to Tucson. In Tucson, I'm going to stay a few days at a state campground, just give me a chance to settle in, organize. I can't believe how much stuff I have here. I have lots of underneath storage and compartments above, cabinets, and I seem to have filled every nook and cranny. A little claustrophobic, but that's part of figuring out where stuff belongs, what I need and don't need. Because I've got motorcycle gear, I've got dry good provisioning, I've got a lot of tools in case I need to fix something that doesn't stay together. Because after all, I'm not a carpenter, I'm not an electrician. I just studied a lot of YouTube videos, read a lot of blogs. My sister Justine has been a big help because she's done the same thing with her boyfriend Tony. So between all those resources, we've been figuring out a lot of stuff over the past year. I bought this van right about last year at this time. So I've been working on it pretty continuously, tweaking things. I took it to a couple maiden voyages this summer. Did have to replace the alternator, which freaked me out a little bit, but this is a 2012 Nissan NV 2500. It's a 3/4 ton high top van. Gives me the chance to stand up inside. Done some cool things. I put a propane detector. I am carrying some propane inside. So I have a propane detector, a smoke detector, carbon dioxide detector. Try not to kill myself in the process of experimentation, but taking necessary precautions to make sure that everything goes well in the trip and it works. So a lot of people don't advise putting propane in the vans, but a lot of people do it. I don't have a ventilation or anything. It's strapped down to one of my cabinets that I installed. So anyhow, my plan is then to go to Arizona, Tucson, Ketchner Caverns campground for a few nights, try to get myself settled in, organized, make my way on to Parker, Arizona, which is about 10 miles north of La Paz County Fairgrounds, where the RTR will be happening. So this will be my first venture. So I'm going to catch the RTR after a few days in Parker exploring Havasu and those areas. And then go down south to Quartzsite and staying with some YouTube people. I hear there's Schoolie Palooza, there's Hobotech Camp, there's the Party R, all those sort of things. I don't know exactly where all these things are going to take place. With a little exploration, I'm sure I'll find it. In addition, they have the Big Top, which is a giant RV show that goes on for the week. So I want to catch that, investigate that, and from there I'll head back to Tucson. My lovely wife Mary, who's nervously allowed me to do this, because it's been kind of a dream fantasy thing that's been in my head now for over a year. Trying to learn all about this lifestyle. Now that I left the workforce, won't use the R word, left the workforce, I've got a lot of time. Minnesota, it's this morning it was 23 degrees, snow covered, icy. I think in Tucson today it's about high 60s and sunny. So we're going to take some of that weather, meet up with Mary in Tucson, and she is going to travel with me across the bottom of the states. Just checking the bike through New Mexico, into Texas. We're going to land in Austin, and from there she'll go back, and I'll continue towards the Gulf Coast, Florida, and head on down to see my sister and Tony, Justine and Tony, and possibly Jim and Julie in the Keys, somewhere about there. Hook up with my tennis buddy Ed, try to get some exercise in. Try to do some hiking prior to that so I don't lose total fitness. And from there, I'm going to go up to Delray Beach and attempt to play some tennis with some of my good tennis buddies from the East Coast. And, well, East Coast, Chicago, and Austin they are. So we'll gather for a few days there. Hopefully meet up with my buddy Jim Kappas for a little R&R. Then make my way back in early March to Minnesota, where the weather should be changing, and you can get outside and enjoy what is a very beautiful state when you can go out and be in it. So that's the plan, Sam. So give my love to my wife and my family, Chu and Killeen, and Ali Bali, a little good boy, and thank them for supporting me to do this. And by the grace of God and good luck, we'll, I don't really believe in good luck, but this will be a fun and lifetime trip that I'm taking here. So thanks for tuning in, as they say. This is my first YouTube video, so I'll try to give maybe daily updates as to how things are going, so my family and friends can get some feedback as to how it is. And got my own little channel going. I'm now officially a YouTuber. Alright. Love and understanding.